Hey there, future teacher, and welcome to another Rica Test Prep lesson here to help you ace your upcoming Rica exam. In today's lesson, we're going to be covering Rica Subtest 1 Prep and specifically phonological and phonemic awareness, which is competency 3 in your study preparation program. Now, here we have our video, but today what we're going to do is cover a quiz to make sure that you are totally prepared. Now, before we start this, remember that for your Rica exam, what you want to know about phonological and phonemic awareness is not only effective instructional strategies for struggling readers, English language learners, as well as advanced readers. However, you're also going to want to understand which assessment devices to use. So here we go. Let's cover this quiz. I'm going to click Start here. We're going to go through a total of 10. And then what I'm going to do is read the question for you. And then what you'll want to do is either pause the video or just select in your own kind of head or write it down, and then we'll cover the question and the answer together. So here we go. Question number 1, which of the following best defines phonemic awareness? So take a moment here, read answer options A through D, and then we'll discuss it together. All right, here we go. We're going to select answer option C, and the reason here is that phonemic awareness refers specifically to recognizing and manipulating individual sounds. Remember, these are called phonemes in spoken words. Let's go on to question number 2. Here we go. This one reads, why is phonemic awareness considered crucial for reading development? Pause the video here, take a moment, read answer options A through D, and select the most appropriate response. All right, for question number 2, we're going to go with answer option B, and that's because phonemic awareness is essential because it prepares students to understand the connection between sounds and symbols in phonics. All right, moving on to question number 3. This one reads, what is the primary goal when teaching word analysis? Again, take a moment, read answer options A through D, and we'll talk about it together. All right, here we go. So I'm going to choose answer option B here, which reads to help students recognize that sentences are composed of separate words. And that's because, remember, word awareness involves the recognition, the distinct words in a sentence. All right, moving on to question number 4. This one reads, which instructional activity helps children practice phonemic awareness through the manipulation of beginning sounds? Is that going to be sound deletion, phonogram identification, syllable blending, or sound isolation? Take a moment here and select which you think is the best answer. Then we'll talk about it. All right, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and select answer option D, sound isolation, and that's because sound isolation exercises require children to identify the beginning, middle, and or beginning sound of a word. All right, so moving on to question number 5. Here we go. This one reads, a teacher says the sounds k, a, and t, and asks students to form the word. What phoneme awareness skill is being practiced? Take a moment here, read answer options, and choose the best one. All right, I'm going to choose answer option A, sound blending, because this involves combining individual sounds such as k, a, and t to make the word cat. All right, moving on to question number 6. Here we go. This one reads, in an activity designed for sound substitution, which of the following would be an example prompt? All right, take a moment to check which answer options you think would be the most appropriate here. I'm going to go ahead with answer option B, which reads, what do we get if we replace the b sound in bat with the s sound? All right, now I'm going to choose answer option B because sound substitution involves replacing one sound in a word with another, such as going from bat to sat. All right, moving on to question number 7. This one reads, how should phonemic awareness instruction be adapted for struggling readers? Again, take a moment here, pause the video if need be, and select answer A, B, C, or D, whichever you think is the best. All right, I'm going to go all the way down to answer option D, which reads emphasize blending and segmenting. That's because blending and segmenting are key areas for struggling readers, often requiring extra practice and support. Moving on to question number 8. This one reads, which assessment method is most appropriate for evaluating a student's phonemic awareness proficiency? Here we're on to the assessments for phonological and phonemic awareness. Is that going to be spelling test, sentence composition test, the Yolp-Singer test, or answer option D, vocabulary definition quiz? I'm going to go all the way down to C, the Yolp-Singer test. And remember that the Yolp-Singer test assesses phonemic segmentation, which is an advanced indicator of phonemic awareness. Moving on to question number 9. Here we go. This one reads, in an onset and rhyme blending task, a teacher says the onset s and the rhyme un. What should the student's response be? Take a moment here and pick the answer option that you think is the most appropriate. All right, remember that we're talking about a blending task, and blending is putting things together. So if the teacher says s and un, then the student's response should be letter B, sun, putting that onset and that rhyme together to make the whole word sun. Moving on to our final question here for this phonological and phonemic awareness quiz. This is question number 10, and it reads, how should teachers differentiate phonemic awareness instruction for English language learners? Again, remember, when preparing for your upcoming Rica exam, you're going to want to be prepared for and familiar with the different instructional strategies in order to best meet the needs of our struggling readers, our English language learners, our advanced learners. And so we really need to know all about our ELLs, or our English language learners. So go ahead, take a moment, pause the video, and find the answer option you would select here. All right, so in order to differentiate instruction for phonemic awareness for our English language learners, we would go with answer option A here, to teach non-transferable English phonemes and unfamiliar blends. Remember that English learners benefit from explicit instruction on English phonemes and blends that do not exist in their first language. Let's go here, click the submit button, and see how we did. Nice, we got 10 out of 10. All right, so I really like our Rica test prep quizzes. They are underneath all of the chapters that we have for our online program, and if you need to get totally prepared to pass your upcoming Rica exam, make sure to go to ricatest.com. We've helped thousands of people, and we want to make sure that you pass too. All right, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in future videos.